These containers have really filled out. This broccoli is huge. I'm pretty sure it's broccoli. I wasn't sure at first, but I'm pretty sure it's broccoli. This little snapdragon hasn't been blooming, but I have some on the other side of the house that are blooming. I have one little yellow canna lily blooming, and the other ones haven't started blooming yet. Of course, we haven't had a freeze yet, so that's why I still have a few flowers. This is crepe myrtle. It's stopped blooming a while ago. I have some morning glories over here that are starting to bloom. They should have been blooming sooner, but I had them over in too much shade and I had to transplant them. And now they're finally starting, but of course once we get a freeze. But these here do come back each year. They're a perennial here. I've had these for several years now. I've just been moving them to different spots here and there. But I got one little vinca over here blooming. And some little sunflowers coming up. This here is salvia. I had chopped it back, but it's flushing back out. Of course, once we get a freeze, it'll die back until spring. Another crepe myrtle. This one's got some little seeds on it. The birds, I guess they'll eat them because I never get little babies coming up. My mom has, though. She's had babies come up. But she keeps more bare spots in her yard. So maybe that's why. Over here is where I got some of these snapdragons that are blooming. I love those colors. And I got some little daffodils, paper whites coming up, and the vincas here are still blooming, of course. They'll keep blooming until we get a freeze. Here's a weed coming up. My thyme plant, which is actually an evergreen here. I didn't know that when I bought it, but that's pretty cool. More little daffodils and paper whites, or whatever they are. I have both, so I'm not sure which is which. And this is some purslane that's still blooming. It's pretty chilly this morning, but we still haven't had a freeze, so I still even got some moss roses. And this is one of the little bougainvilleas. Not bougainvillea, plumbago. Plumbago. I just planted it here like maybe a month ago. It's still really young, but it'll get big and fill out all in this area here. And I forgot the name of this plant. I can't remember. Something Oprah. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. But it was real pretty, little blooms on it, and well, it's still got some color in the little, I don't know if those are seed heads or what they are really, but they're really pretty. I like them. And we'll go out over here to the patio garden. I got more flowers out there. Well, I have another garden here in kind of an island little area. I got a bougainvillea here. And then I got some little boxwoods, which are looking kind of sad. I got some brown leaves, and I don't know. I think it was all that 100-degree weather we had for weeks, which is unusual for us to stay in triple digits for such a long time. This one looks a little better. These are little babies I planted this spring. And this is a Vertigo pennisetum, and I had cut it back so it don't have as much purple in it as my other one, the bigger one. Here's a yellow bells Esperanza, but it don't have but one little bloom on it. It's getting the little seeds on it. It's pretty much done blooming for the year. This is that little holly bush that my mom gave me, and the little berries did stay on, and they're turning red. So my camera died on me for a second, but they're so cute. I don't want to scare them away. But anyway, let's go over here. Let's see. I got a spider plant over here. I put some little begonias. They're not very big yet, but they are blooming. They're pretty. And I've had begonias come back for me here through the winter. The leaves fall from these trees, and it kind of mulches them, and they've came back, but we'll see what happens. And of course, all my Purple Heart or Jew, whatever it's called, that comes back each year. It's grown, spread, which is fine. I just cut it wherever I don't want it. I just cut it when I mow. And the kids been over here playing around, building something. I don't know what they're doing. Here's a Nandina. Starting to get a little color. Gets pretty reddish color in the winter. Here's another one. This one actually has a little more red. Here's another crepe myrtle, but it's already, starting to go dormant for winter. Lantana. Sorry. Which one is this? It's like the older one, the one that gets really huge. I can't think of the name of it. I'll have to pop the name up. I don't know. And this looks like maybe a gopher's been out here. I have to plant stuff that gophers will not eat, the deer will not eat. Everything's got to be gopher and deer resistant out here. I got some 4 o'clocks right here. We had a couple of little blooms. I just transplanted those here a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. These are those plumbagos I put here. And so far this Gar is still alive, so I'm happy about that, because it was my last Gar plant and my other ones died. This is another Esperanza, a bigger one. My purple fountain grass I love. More vincas down here. Over here more vincas. And yarrow. This is just the common yarrow, I guess, the white flowers. Some lantana. My sunshine ligustrum. Another Nandina. My firebush still has some more blooms. I love this. The hummingbirds love this too. A couple of esperanza blooms left. Of course, everything's starting to go dormant, but we haven't had a freeze, so I still got a few blooms. So I just thought I would show them to y'all. I'm sure a lot of y'all up north already have snow, but we don't really get snow here hardly. We did have that freak snowstorm back in, what was it, February of 2021, I think, or 2022, somewhere in there. And it got down to 7 degrees. That's the coldest I've ever seen it here. But anyway, I just wanted to show y'all. I have another plumbago over here, the one I replaced. I had that big one here that I had had a few years, and I put another one back in its space, but it's still a baby. But anyway, I hear the birds. I love listening to the birds. I still have blooms over here. This is in that little shell I planted up. Shell's shaped anyway. Oh, and I have a volunteer, I think, sunflower coming up. I thought that was cute from the bird seed over there. So I said I'll just leave it. Because once we get a freeze, it's not going to do anything. It's going to die, so. My foxtail fern. I love this fern, it's cool. Oh, and I wanted to show you that I did add, here's more yarrow in there. On this other side over here. It's kind of chilly this morning. I think it was in the 40s. I did add one fern back over here, but I want to put some more pots along here. But anyway, and of course I have my boxwoods in here, and I have more of that purple heart dew or whatever. It's planted here. And I got yarrow. I put some yarrow in there. My, what's the name of it? I forgot the name. Laurel petalum. Yeah. It's looking pretty. And it'll have red blooms in the spring. And I like the underneath the leaf. It's really pretty color. Let's see, what else? I don't think if there's any more blooms. This is those asters I was talking about. They just got, I don't know, some little seed heads, I guess. I don't know if they're really seed heads though, because I don't think they spread by seed. I think they spread by rhizomes under the ground. I don't know. We'll see what they do next year. If they come back or if they die on me, I don't know. This is the one I cut. And this is that crepe myrtle my mom gave me. And it's still real flexible, so I know it's alive. And they do really good here, so it should be beautiful this year when it blooms, and I hope it makes it. And I scared all the little birds away.